7 Simple Button Design Tips That Make a Big Impact. Design Tip 1. Don't wrap text on buttons. A button label should remain on a single line. Multi-line text on a button is difficult to scan and it takes time to understand the action. Buttons with wrapped text look cluttered or uneven on UI. Keeping some button labels on multiple lines causes inconsistency across the interface. Remember to use concise labels and avoid lengthy phrases on buttons. Design Tip 2. Button labels inspire the users to take action. To indicate what a button will do, use a function as the label of the button. Always use button labels that are clear and meaningful to the user. When users read the button labels like Save, Preview, and Publish, they know exactly what the button will do when pressed. Design Tip 3. Avoid using a disabled button as it becomes hard to find out why it is disabled and what should be done to enable it. Disabled buttons break the flow of interaction. Users may feel stuck to see a grayed out button with no clear guidance. It is better to keep buttons enabled all the time and highlight the field if users don't provide the required information. Design Tip 4. Don't place a button below another button if there is enough space to place them side by side. Having buttons side by side allows for quicker decision-making since users can compare options at a glance. Vertical stacking can unintentionally create a perceived hierarchy, making one button seem more important than the other. Design Tip 5. Make the primary action button stand out on the page by designing a stronger visual. A primary button should have more visual weight, making it more prominent through boldness, borders, or shadow effects. The color of the primary button should contrast with the rest of the interface to make it easily noticeable. The placement of the primary action button is crucial. It should be positioned where users expect it to be. Design Tip 6. Buttons should look like standard buttons. Using unusual shapes and styles will confuse users. Following standard button designs maintains consistency across different apps, websites, and platforms. Create a style guide while designing your application. This will help you stick with the standard theme and style. Design Tip 7. Don't use two icons in the same button as it makes it difficult for users to understand the real purpose of the button. Each icon in a button has its own visual meaning, and using two icons can create ambiguity. A button has a single, clear purpose. The icon should represent that purpose.